Please listen carefully.
Hi everybody, my name is Prochaska, and Robert asked me if I would speak a little bit about this wonderful piece here, The Road Not Taken. And I'm a librarian, and I'm a big supporter of Robert's artwork. I have several of his pieces, and I love everything Thunder Sky. And when Robert called me and asked if I would come in and speak about a piece or the artist who inspired it, I thought, that is so great, I don't know anything about poetry. So what I did is I contacted a friend and colleague of mine who can help me out. Here he is.
Hey, I'm Michael Peterson. I'm the curator of the Elliston Poetry Collection at the University of Cincinnati, and I'm here as counsel.
Consultant?
Poetry consultant.
Poetry consultant. Everyone should have a poetry consultant.
This is how I get paid.
I recommend it highly. I hire consultants all the time. But hey, let's talk about Robert Frost.
Let's do that.
So just some stats real quickly. Robert Frost was born 1874, died 1963, so he saw a lot of stuff.
Kind of a romantic, kind of a modernist.
Nice. Typical white guy, lived in New England, went to college, was a school teacher, was a poet, was a farmer.
A little bit of an asshole.
Maybe his biographer just made him look like an asshole.
It's tough.
It's unclear.
Yeah, I mean, we all can be. So
right.
Sometimes.
Maybe he was a misunderstood artist.
Yeah.
A tortured poet.
He had tough days.
Yeah. But generally speaking, it's the typical white guy story that we learn in high school. So let's move on from that. Okay. So how about The Road Not Taken? It was published in 1916 when he was 42, and I think sometimes people remember this poem, but they don't actually remember this poem. So I'm going to take a minute and read it. The audience doesn't mind. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and to be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I could ever I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverge in a wood. I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
That's a great reading.
I just studied there for a minute.
I believed your reading.
I felt kind of passionately. No, not really. So tell me.
But it was earnest, which I think it's difficult because the poem's kind of cunning.
It is cunning. That's the great way to describe it. So on that beat, as someone who teaches poetry now, as a college professor, and who taught it as a high school teacher, how do you teach this poem?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't have a good answer for that. Very carefully. I don't know.
Is that how you're a consultant?
No. I mean, right? It's just how I artfully dodge the question, really. I mean, which is a good way of teaching this poem because Frost is kind of artfully dodging a lot of things. I mean, the thing that's buried in there, right, that nobody pays attention to is the past we really learn about this thing.
Right.
So it's not. So when we're taught this poem in high school, right, like we're fans of the big grand gesture because we're like, we're like screaming.
Say American exceptionalism.
Yes.
That's how people want to interpret it.
Yes, it's my choice, and I chose this, and it's not the one other people chose, and so it's.
And it was the right choice.
And it's the right choice.
Right. When you read it again as an adult, it seems like it's saying, well, I'm going to look back and I'm going to make it a better story than it really was. Right.
Yeah, but you're already there, so you can't change it. I mean, you already took the walk and the path of the road. I mean, you can't take the other way. Yeah, you just gotta tell the good story about the road you did take.
So, do you think the story of what it's really about is true? And would you like to say what rumor is that it's really about? But his buddy.
Oh, about his buddy, like oh no, his English friend who died in the war.
Maybe he died in the war. I don't know. Do you think that's true?
I don't know this.
Oh, that it's just about it's making fun of his poet friend who could never make his decision when they were walking what path to take. Though that's an interesting thing that it's path.
You know, I don't really know. I'd actually never heard that, and maybe it's sort of emblematic of the way the poem kind of exists for us, which is it's like you know, like I hear this poem being read, and it's like you know, when you think of a movie that's like takes place in the 50s or the 40s, and it's like a Studebaker driving through like the fall leaves in slow-mo, and the parents are like in the coats, and the kids are like going to their school or whatever. Like that's this poem for me.
Off to grandmother's house.
Like glossy, like it's so, like we're glossing it right now, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of a slick ride, this poem.
Okay. So, you recommend it. How many stars? Robert Frost.
Either 5.
A Road Not Taken.
5. I mean, I don't read. I'm not in that business.
4 out of 5 stars.
My rating will make no difference.
Okay. Robert McFate's interpretation of it, 5 out of 5 stars.
I think this conversation makes all of it.
I think this conversation has made all the difference. I think taking the third take has made all the difference.
Third take, dude. That's right.